Until the lions have their own historians, tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And you know, I'll say that again. Well, folks, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao, the fourth chief of the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasa, and I say thank God it's Monday. Folks, it's another wonderful opportunity to meet up as one people, as Ghanaians, as traditionalists, as patriots, to do that one beautiful thing, perform one of the most important rituals on air. Indeed, to most of us, is the best radio talk show by far. Welcome to the ritual I call That's My Opinion. Every Monday at this time, so set your clock, set your alarms, and it's only on Joy 99.7 FM. So let us all gather and make truth good. And today our topic will just blow your mind. Please vote for a begging leader. Vote for a leader who knows how to beg and is willing to go out there to borrow till thy kingdom come. Now, by now, if you're a first-time listener, I'm sure you may feel like just switching off. Switch you off. And I won't blame you, because here we are complaining about the reckless borrowing, and that has landed us at the IMF 17 times. And here I am saying that, yep, in voting for a leader, please vote for one who has a good propensity to borrow. However, if you stay tuned, let's see if you will still have the same position by the end of the show. I believe you may have a change of mind. Yes, I believe you may have a change of mind. Let us vote for somebody who will be a pet more. This morning on the Super Morning Show, there was a very well-researched, beautiful documentary, A Nation That Begs. And the documentary, we were given a chronology of Ghana's IMF journey 17 times. I mean, it was quite sad, the feeling that, we could have done better or we should do better. Because even as we are now, folks, I'm telling you, this is one of the best places to live on earth. I mean, we are far better than most nations. And yet, you just know that, look, we could have really tipped the iceberg. But, hey, here we are. So we still mourn, we still complain, not because it's the worst place, but because we can do better. See, it's like, the Ghana story is like a rich man who has everything, can provide for his children, and there's just this one child in there who's just drinking and dragging himself into oblivion, and you're thinking, what do you need? You have everything. Aden, I will say. So that, that frustration that father gets, thinking, why is this son of mine going wayward? You have everything. You don't need to mingle with these low lives. You don't need to drowning yourself in alcohol. You have everything. You have the best education, best security, best protection. You can be anything you want. So why this? That's the frustration we are talking about. Folks, we are far better than most in many aspects. But folks, considering the time we have had to change, folks, considering having the benefit of hindsight, the knowledge, experience, and information of other nations' failures, the best practices around the world available to us. We have all that. Folks, if we top it up with our lack of anger or misplaced anger, then a begging president is in order. Then a begging president is in order. Folks, no one is against borrowing. Every nation, high and mighty, low, borrows. So that's not on the table for discussion today. No. But folks, how many times have we not said on this show that when you are being funded with state taxes, you are only entitled to the bare essentials? If you're being funded by taxes, not profits. I mean, when you are being funded by profits, you can go all out. Folks, you can do if you're being funded by profits. But if you're being funded by taxes, it's a whole different ball game. You are only entitled to the essentials because these are monies that have been collected from citizens who are hoping to get security, development, infrastructure, education, health. That is why they have given that money. It's not for you to fly first class and drive in limousines, no. But if it's profits, we've paid everything, we paid all our taxes, and this is profit. Folks, even if you want to walk with your head, it's up to you. And that's where we are getting it confused. Folks, and everyone is obliged to pay taxes. That's also another thing that we seem to get wrong. So that even if you're given perks for your jobs, the tax element of the perks are not free. You pay for them. If you're given a car, the tax on the car is deducted from your wages. Into you per pickup, you per V8, no problem. You get the V8, but whatever taxes that should go to the state comes out of your wages. The car is free, but the tax is not. The metal is free, but the duties and the NHIS and all these 17 other taxes on the equipment, and then are you the president? You pay. Folks, I can say on authority that the nations that bail us out financially, and they have quite a large GDP, some of them have a thriving car manufacturing industry, powerful nations, and yet the perks we get here far exceed what they get. And currently, even the size of our government has become a cause for concern internationally. We seem to be operating a system of getting what we have not earned. We seem to be operating a system of getting what we have not earned. And it's business as usual. Folks, today we are told that Ghana is number one in gold production in Africa. And you ask yourself, to what end? How can the number one gold producing country in Africa be the same as the number one begging country in Africa? But I guess that's our story. The more we dig out the gold, the more we beg. Folks, we have developed a habit, when you see the Ghanaian really raging and ready to die, it's because he'd been denied his vote. The Reuters register did not have his name in it. His picture was obscure. His fingerprint did not come out. And that, I'm telling you, the Ghanaian will not forgive you for it. You can deny him water. You can deny him education. You can deny him health. You can deny him roads. Any fundamental development, you can even deny him security. Or the better. But say 4 years, no son, and you don't give him or her that privilege or that right to vote. That seems to be the only thing we seem to rage about. In between that, until the next time we go and vote, nothing will get us angry. Folks, look at the impunity and the disdain at the areas where by-elections have to be rerun. In your face, literally in your face. A quiet coming yet, but because now there's a by-election, let me just slap some tarmac on it and see if you vote for me. And still, we are not angry. I wasn't going to put street lights, but since we're going to run elections, let me just quickly put some street lights. Let me paint the school building, whatever it is. And still, the citizenry do not feel insulted. That, no, hold on. We've been bumping up and down on these potholes. We've been driving on this dark road. We've been sending our children to this dilapidated school. Only when it's a by-election, suddenly, all these things are fixed. And the citizen still is not enraged. So far as they can vote, it's fine. Folks, we are just immune to anger. So I'm saying that in vetting for a leader, in vetting for the next president, let us find the one that can borrow. Because no one is willing to be prudent. Not those who are enjoying the pegs, not us who are paying for it. Nobody's angry. The pegs are there and they are just too sweet. In Ghana, they say, power is sweet. We don't punish. We don't agitate. We don't hit the roads. We don't sit down. So, folks, the obvious thing would have been to really cut down where taxes are used for literally bare essentials. Literally bare essentials, not a penny more. Bare essentials. If you want anything other than the essential, you take it out of your wages and you add on. But folks, who's going to bail the cat? Who is going to bail the cat? So, folks, we shall surely borrow. Because we have to borrow to maintain our lifestyle. There's no way we are collecting enough taxes to maintain this lifestyle. There's no way we are expanding the economy to maintain this lifestyle. The population on top of that, and they are all demanding. Ain't you know, Joe, we just have to borrow. Indeed, we have to start, those who will go for the 18th IMF, we should know them by now, so they should start writing their letter to the IMF to say, look, you know something, in 3 years or in 4.5 years, we'll be coming back. What are the terms? What are the terms? I'm sure by that time, like I said, all the Sunday tithe in churches, 50% will have to go to the state. I mean, it could be anything. I mean, we've taken pensions, we've taken bonds, we've taken this. Like I say, sorry, tithe amuto krano, mufe bimra, na young fanko offset it. Because if you're digging gold and you are the number one in Africa, and you still come back to me, who probably haven't got that much gold, and you still want money, then I'll give you my rules, and you have to abide by it. I will give you my rules. And you have to abide by it. If you can't sign deals and make money out of all the things you have, that's up to 3 billion there. Go and take taxes from pensioners and take taxes from everybody. I mean, take their money. And you also come and take it. What can you say? What can you say? So that's why I'm saying that as ridiculous as it may sound, as funny as it may sound, our only hope is a president who's willing to borrow and borrow more. Otherwise, we shall die. Because you and I won't get angry about the lifestyle, about the huge budget. We're not angry. On the other side, we are not producing enough. We are not taking advantage of our agrarian advantage. No. It's your kakra. Also, you're saying now we say we can't even do alum. We have to put more heavy metals in the water or more heavy chemicals in the water just so that we can drink it. So our only hope, as silly, as funny as I may be sounding, is somebody who's got real good international contact who can borrow more till that kingdom come. Because otherwise, folks, we'll go extinct. These guys are not willing to come out of their luxury cars. They are not willing to stop flying business class. They are not willing to jumping up and down from country to country. Every forum meeting be a pa on Okron. It's all on our bill. All on our bill. So trust me, if the status quo remains, then vote for a president who has a begging contact, who has goodwill. Otherwise, we are doomed. The great opportunity that the textile industry could have given us, from cotton, just planting the cotton, from all these mills, ATL, Japon, all there waiting to turn this cotton into fabrics. And since we are not naked and we by all means have to dress up, look at the opportunity it will do to just mop up it will mop up so many people. Those who are doing the planting, the harvesting, those who are milling it into cotton, those who are sewing it into fabrics for us to wear. But my folks, who's going to bail the cat? Who's going to bail the cat? And I'm saying, if we are not going to do all this, then let us borrow. Well, it's 0302-216-541. If we listen to the Auditor Generals when they're doing their accounting thing, hey, I mean, sometimes you look at it's like a comedy film. I remember I was listening to this particular one, and this guy said he left a whole bunch of fuel vouchers in his drawer or something, and he bought a new desk, and so they took the desk and all the fuel vouchers away, and that's it. I finished, gone. Come on. I mean, it's just one after the other, and you listen to it and you realize, wow, can we afford all this? Can we afford all this? But I guess we can. I guess we are. Well, who's my first caller?
Hello, good evening, Anna.
Good evening.
Your first caller, you should guess it now. I
haven't spoken to you since you came to Odumasa.
Very true. Were
you guys serve Kokunte? Because I didn't see where you.
So from squad lamb the buy.
Oh, Charlie. Oh, dear.
So we still Kokunte, but we ate it somewhere in Kakosombo.
Look at that. So then I owe you a private visit. So let's
no, don't worry. No, I will do it off air.
We do.
Private
visit.
Barbecue for Kokunte.
I know, right? Let me hear you, my brother.
No, you just said it. Spot on. But before we elect a leader who will beg, I would say Ghanaians should do the needful. We have all realized both MPP and NDC are taking the country for a run. They aren't doing what it needs for. What's expected of us in the next coming election is that we should just vote outside MPP and NDC. Whoever is coming, we shouldn't think about the person's colors, being a doctor, being a this, being a that. We should just allow the country to rest. Look, MPP and NDC, they are synonymous to parasites, and Ghana is the host. They have been opposed for 32 years, yet we don't have anything that's functioning. And we have very seasoned people, elderly people you would see and want to give reverence to. You want to respect them to the highest. But sometimes when you see what they do to the country, Nana, it's sad. Yesterday I was having a debate with my friend. He had posted something on his status. They are all willing to leave Ghana. They are all willing to go and work for $5,000 against 5,000 cedis in Ghana. And I was just saying, let's not lose hope, because the mantle is with us, the youth, today. So if we leave, the same ministers, the same people, the same corrupt people, the same misleaders will let their children come and take positions, and this will continue. It will become a vicious cycle. How do we bet against our own country? How do we leave gold and go and chase paper currency? Paper. You are going to chase paper. Now we want to gold, no, so wait, Danny. Today, just look at what they said. We are first in producing gold. And so what? What have we seen? Our president, they speak eloquently, yet they will go and beg. Why? Who is that? One MPP ni, one NDC ni. Oh, Ghana. There's nothing like me MPP ni, me NDC ni. So let us stop that thing. At this stage, any person who is still wearing a politically colored dress, we are not supposed to respect you anymore because you don't love yourself. Look, we have to spend so much money to change our shock absorbers just over the weekend. And BBA said, you should drop this. The Pampa road is terrible. Sam George isn't doing anything, but yet the delegates went and voted for him. So as people will decide for him. I'd rather vote for an independent candidate. At least you should go and be there for the country to rest because the country is simply bleeding too much. Thank you very much, Lana.
Thank you too. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, Nana. This is Kobna from the United States.
Ojam, let me hear you.
Nana, I agree with you 100%. The status quo is going to continue for the next 20 years. We will be going to the IMF within the next decade. The 18th time we shall go. Because the only way that we can go to the IMF is when we are able to create employment for the Ghanaian people so that the Ghanaian people will work and then pay taxes. The Ghanaian will create the jobs and then pay taxes on the profits, right? Mm-hmm. Not just taxing the Ghanaians. But the government is working for the people so that the people have the economic opportunity to create the economic environment to be employed. Then we pay taxes on our profit. That's not what the Ghanaian politician is doing. The Ghanaian politician is only taxing us, trying to get everything without working, right? So the status quo is going to continue. But let me make this last point. Mm-hmm. Even in this environment where it's messy, you expect those who want to come in to make proposals that would change Ghana. We are not seeing it. And one thing that Bakabamawo, the learned Bakabamawo said, is that the political environment puts fear in the Ghanaian, so the Ghanaian cannot petition the government. You expect the NDC who wants to come back to power and say, hey, listen, I have come to reform the Public Order Act to make it easier for Ghanaians to petition the government. Are they doing it? They are not doing it. When they come, they also do the same thing. They rely on the same archaic laws. So, Nana, like I said, it's going to continue for the next decade, and we shall be going to the IMF the 18th time. Thank you.
Thank you. So let's get somebody who can borrow the bit me. But let me say that the perks we are talking about, they are about border. It's not illegal. It's their entitlement. I'm not just saying, he's driving a V8, he's not supposed to. No. It's entitlement. So we need to change the whole system for that to stop. So I'm not just saying, they are traveling and they are driving and they were not entitled to it. No. It's in the books. It comes with the positions that they are given to them. So it's up to us to sit down, look into the books and say, Jack, these things cannot be there anymore. Hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Nana, good evening.
Good evening. Who am I talking to?
Kofi, this is Kofi from Spring Tech.
Kofi, let me hear you.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It has been a while,
Nana,
Kofi.
I'm doing fine. Nana, one thing I want you to know is that this country is never poor. We don't lack anything, but we lack leadership. Leadership, that is the first thing. So if you lack leadership, no matter what you have, you can never get any benefit from it. That is one. I think that is why Reverend Dr. Otabel the other day, that we shouldn't pray that God should bless this nation, but God should help us choose good leaders to run the affairs of this country. And I believe what you said 100%. And if we have good leaders, no matter the scarce resources that we have, we'll be able to make good use of them, and it will be better for all of us. And then, you see, what you're saying also that we need to plan. If you fail to plan, then you have planned to fail. That is exactly what is happening to this country. We don't plan. So that saying has actually affected us. That if you fail to plan, then you have planned to fail. So if we want to make it as a country, one, let us pray to God to help us to good leaders. Secondly, we must plan. If we fail to plan, then we have failed. We have failed in everything that we do. Thank you.
Kofi, thank you very much. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Good evening, and thank God for your line.
Thank God, my brother Joseph.
I hope you're doing well.
I'm good.
And God bless you for being very passionate in your topics. Sometimes some of us want to disagree, but listening to you into details, we seem to agree with you. I was very, very much disturbed when I heard you say that Ghana, which was leading in gold mining, now is leading in begging. It's very, very appalling. Is it bad leadership? Or is the systems that it is not being worked very well for us? We were in the era of Operation Feed Yourself. Now they say planting for food and jobs. But so, now when you go to markets and you are buying stuff, the price of commodities in the market, and if sometimes you don't go with your wife in the market, you seem to, disbelieve. You will not even believe that your wife is doing the right thing. And then I was once eating pawpaw and the seed fell somewhere. It deleted and there were pawpaw all over in the house. And we are in Ghana here importing rice, sugar. How can we grow? I see it to be bad leadership. But you see, this kind of delegates, they just take some few amount of money and put some money there for us to vote for. It's very pathetic. And God be with you.
God be with you too. You look at the campaign seasons going on, and if you look at the tag-alongs behind the prospective leaders, people who want to be leaders. If you look at the tag-alongs, if you look at the convoys that are following, a great majority of them is being funded by the guy who wants to be president. And then you ask yourself, how is he funding it? Or the betcha, so hello, who's talking to me?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Nana Kwesi.
Nana Kwesi, let me hear you.
Nana, I've recently I'm back on a journey of to learn how money works, and my findings and the knowledge of Kwao so far makes me understand that to be rich or poor, to be financially stable, it's not necessarily about how much money you are giving, but what you do with the little or much that you get. And Ghana, when I just oppose that to this country, I realized our problem is not necessarily about funds. I always say this. The constitution is one. This opulence lifestyle you speak of, the V8, the allowances, all of that, not so by the constitution. You see, so as much as it's killing us, yes, the constitution says so. In our current state right now, Nana, if Ghana is paid £1 billion a month, it will still not be enough for us because of the lifestyle, our spending. The thing is crazy, Nana. The kind of leadership we need, it's not just the president, Nana, the kind of people we even put in parliament. All of those people, we should look at all of them because they are all part of the problem, Nana. If we need, the thing we need, it won't just pan out from the presidency. It starts from there, tricking out to parliament, because they are the ones who will change the constitution, Nana. Then we start from somewhere, but they are the ones benefiting. So are they going to change it? If you keep putting the same people over there, they are not philanthropists, Nana. They come to us, they beg you, vote for me, let me save you. You forget that when you vote for them and they go there, you are now coming to pay them. It's your little tax. That's what you are using to pay them. That's what you are using to find the kind of lifestyle that they will live. The constitution had made so. And when you tell them that, look, your lifestyle no, is too much for me. Change it. The constitution says it. They didn't think they will do that, Nana. So where do we start? Let's start from changing the constitution. Then we get somewhere, and we should stop protecting the president, especially when they leave office. So we can take them on when they leave office. So when they mess us up and they go, we can't even touch them. You can't even take them to court for maybe mismanaging something or sitting aloof and watching on for something to go on because the constitution is protecting them. Just one or two of them have been jailed. Then we are going somewhere. Nana. Oh, Charlie, sometimes I wonder why I ended up here.
Don't lose hope. 0302-216-541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Michael is talking to you, Nana.
Michael, let me hear you.
Nana, good evening.
Good evening. Michael, I'm saying that with the status quo that we are now, two things. Either we change and become prudent, cut our coat according to our cloth, or we get somebody who is very good at ways and means and borrow so that we go. There's no in between.
Nana, thank you very much. You have said it all. But borrowing, even if you are a man, you borrow in the house and you give it to your wife, later on, it will be heartbroken. Borrowing is not good for Ghana. I don't know how we are behaving in Ghana. Excuse me to say my words, please. I don't know what's going on. We travel a lot, our leaders, but we don't see how they develop different country more than our country. Now, as I'm speaking with you, right? Let's say 2010, I worked with NDC at Ghana Water Company when they took a contract. A Chinese government took over and they pay us a day 70, which is NDC government. 2010, Ghana Water Company at Bonn. They can verify how much Chinese pay us 70 a day. Today we are in Akufo-Addo era. How much do they pay us in this NAPCO so-called? Nana, let me take you back to President Kufuor time. Zero tolerance of corruption from VRA, strategic reserve plant. They disconnect it. They send it away. This is where we are now. Common Zumlayo or sanitation, we cannot take care of in Ghana. What are we thinking that we are doing? I give Ghanaians next 5 years. You see the way how we are going to suffer. This 2 term is all that be die for us. Whether you are NDC, you are PPP, you are 7 PPP, you are hot PPP. This is all that be die. Ghana must open our eyes now. We the youth, we must to learn and we must to respect how we can do hard work to achieve our aim in future. Without that, we are doomed forever.
Thank you very much. 0302-216-541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Nana, good evening.
Good evening.
Achaya Fremini. Nana, Yembisa say the issue of gold asema uke ikurano. Yes, say when we researcher, yes, say or maybe to say UK, any US, their gold reserves is even more than the in Kurayewo. Now, come to think of this real estate business that is going on in the system. These politicians, they are the same people behind a lot of the real estate projects going on. Sikana omudi fund omu campaigns ni niamanukura omunya nehe. Yibisa yeho omunya nehe and omudi fund no. Now, let's come to this issue of the tax that we are talking about. The tax issue. SIM card registration. Yeah, kati amount for line. Yet who pay tax? Who tax a free amount for sikanu? Who are who pay sikanu diaye wejuma? Diaye wadi no. Won't so who kati line. Inti sa sikana who pay afa nyimpa na ufa di apesa sikanu. ɔman na yɛwɔ mu no koraa ɛyɛ aburo anaasɛ gyinye.
0302216541. Share your frustration and your passion. I'm just saying that if the status quo does not change, then our only option is a leader who's got really good international contacts to just borrow till their kingdom come. Hello, who's talking to me?
Nana, this is Abuja.
Let me hear you.
Nana, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you for the good work you are doing for Mandagana. Nana, yes, it's true. The leadership is not helping this country. And this even, I heard that Ghana take over South Africa about gold production. My question is that what is the benefit we, the citizens, or the country itself is getting from that gold production? We, the citizens, too, we are part of our problem, the problem we are facing today. The reason is that, Nana, recently, Kumewu also, they call it, the by-election. Have you seen what happened? They run over there, go and do all the bad road, and they interview people. Join this, go and interview some people. They tell the reporter that even in your own house, when somebody died before you make preparations to make your house very nice, you see the mentality of some of the citizens. You see the way they are thinking. Have you seen the way they are thinking? We, the citizens, we are part of what we are facing today. We have to think. We have to think and let the leaders know that we are thinking. I know. Now, in Ghana now, Nana, do you know that everybody is praying that the MP should pass away so that a development project will take a place in his area? That's the prayer for Ghanaians now.
Very sad.
How can we live in a country like this? May God have mercy on this country.
May God have mercy on us indeed. 0302216541. And hello, who's talking to me?
I'm Sammy.
Sammy, let me hear you.
Yeah, Nana.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm sad. Yesterday, you were talking about gold, though. But yesterday, Nana, could you believe that when you pass through a Kunfi or Otam and its environs, there is lithium exploration there right now. That they are exploring it right now. But when the road, Nana, you will cry for yourself. The people there, it's like when we talk about poverty, yes. We always use them when we are getting close to election time. We remember that there is a town called Ekunshi. We need to go and fight there and win votes. Our gold, the northern belt, it's there plenty. The politicians, Nana, let me tell you, create, loot, and share. Let me explain it to you. They will create among themselves. They will go and find a land, build houses. At the end of the day, they will put somebody's name. They will go and bring some Chinese man that, oh yeah, is this person who is investing. They've created. They've looted. Now, because when you come, they don't have any property to show. So then they said, the Chinese man brings the money. They share. So they create, they loot, then they share. Then we, taxpayers, we are suffering. And when they come, they will talk anyhow. Nana, with all the good that we have, I don't know the last time you passed through Kaswa Lane. Nana, it's sad. MC was born there. He has been an assemblyman 2 times. Before he became MC, this is the second time. And Nana, nothing has been done. Road and highways authority, the workers use that lane 24/7. Where are we? Look at Legon here, Nana. Otongo. It rained yesterday. Now that place, we have a mini dam. 3 lane becomes only 1 lane. Where are we heading towards? We say we have leaders. Nana, I'm sad.
And I share your sadness. 0302216541. Something has to give. Something has to give. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Who's talking to me?
Yeah, Nana, good evening.
Good evening.
Nana, this is Godwin.
Godwin, let me hear you.
Calling from North Legon. Nana, which of these okay, make us do the right things in life? Is it consequences or the knowledge of doing the right thing? Which of these?
Consequences, my brother.
Consequences, right?
Yes, sir.
Mostly in life, it is consequences that makes us do the right thing, not knowledge of knowing what to do.
Yeah.
So, Nana, tell me, how do we make progress in a country that we are practicing a system that says the people we entrust the affairs of this nation to should be the same people to approve to themselves, investigate themselves, report to themselves, and prosecute themselves. And we expect them to do the right thing. How? Is it about 90% of your callers made mention of leadership? Of course, but we misconstrued what leadership is. Okay, leadership are not necessarily the leaders. It is the framework in practice. When you say you love the leadership style of somebody, it is the framework the person used in governing or in running his affairs. This is what we are practicing. Okay, and we have the solutions are all over it. As to why there's no unanimity in academia to change this constitution we are practicing, this colonial relic, I just don't get it. And most people, you hear people in academia will tell you that it is not the laws. We have so many laws, and that there's no way law can change people, the heart of men. There's no way. But you see, they forgot that laws are not meant to change people, but to control behavior. This is what laws are meant for, not to change people, but to control behavior. And the nature of the law in place determines which kind of behavior to control. Okay? See, when you read Proverbs 25 verse 5 in the Bible, it's there. It says what? Remove wicked officials from the king's presence, and his throne shall be established in righteousness. Okay? Go and check. Even those who are practicing the monarch system, the Scandinavian country, Norway, go and find out their system, what they are practicing. We've handed the affairs of this country to a group of people called parties, and they are to self-regulate themselves, and we expect them to do the right thing. How? Where is this thing done?
Thank you very much. Hello, and who's talking to me?
Nana, good evening.
Good evening.
Samuel on the line.
Let me hear you, Samuel.
Nana, maminka chitaka. Nana, uni nienti ya Ghana yeda subre, yeda tosu abre.
Talk to me.
So thy kingdom come. The very Daniel. Na ube unse owahu trim. O pray fahundi amano no. Na uniana namwichi. And I'll stab you at the back. The very people you want to liberate Ghanaians from, the same Ghanaians will be posting you to them the ideas, the plans you are putting up to make things better for them. That is why we will suffer. Look, you two Obama sebi. And those who are well-meaning and have the desire to change the produce of this country, we step them down because we think of what we will eat today. Ghana will continue to suffer if we don't take that attitude.
Thank you so much. Hopefully the cyber tech AI generation youth get out of the status quo, think outside the box or think without the box, read between the lines and say enough is enough. Tax money is for essentials and not luxury. I just want to say thank you very much To all sympathizers who attended the funeral service of my uncle, Colonel Ofosu Apia. As the Equipims will say, yo yadanase. Yo yadamunyinase. Well, my name is Ansah Kwao the Fourth, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwamu Edumasa. I say until the lions have their own historians, tales of hunting will always glorify the hunter. Abeku was on the ones and twos, Kofi is on standby to play some really soothing redemption songs for us, so that while we are rejoicing for being number one gold, the gold production country, and crying at the same time for being the number one begging country, somewhere in between we find some Holy Spirit comfort. The eloquent Fosti is on standby to give us the news bulletin. On Monday, God willing, we'll be back to do this all over again.